All right. Back to the judges. Okay, so we've got Mocked Up, Whey Cocoa, and Molly's Milk Truck. On trend for the almond milk, certainly, and coconut water. Mocktails, non-alcoholic beverages. Is that an on-trend category at this point? Chuck?
Well, I don't know a lot about the category, I'll be honest. I would say what gives...
You don't drink, Chuck, though. I know that.
Yeah, but it has alcohol in my drinks. Yeah. I would not be a good consumer for this. Nor would, unfortunately, the women in my life. So, I will say this, that what gives it hope is that non-alcoholic wines, and particularly beers, are, I think, doing okay. I mean, I don't think it's a big category for any of them. I would say you should expand your distribution channels to include, I think I'm stealing John's, but it was maybe into liquor stores and so forth, and I'm not sure how you're going to market with it. Love the packaging. I just don't know how big that market is.
Mark, what do you think? Would you drink a non-alcoholic cocktail?
No, but I think I do think there's a big opportunity, and I think that's a trend that is going to continue. And I like a lot about it, but to me, this may sound surprising, or I need to think about it a little bit more. The formulations are pretty generic to me, and I think there's an opportunity to do something that's really special. You know, the idea of a premium non-alcoholic, I think, is a big opportunity, but it doesn't scream premium to me when you've got the formulations. I like the packaging and branding, but again, it doesn't scream premium. So I just think you've got some different messages going on with that package at that price point. It's kind of a cheap positioning, I think, which is a potential opportunity, but I'd really like to see it go a little bit more upscale through formulation, branding, and everything.
Mm-hmm. Moving on to almond milk or coffee, iced coffee made with almond milk. How much of an opportunity is there? We've seen a few brands get into that space. But Dwayne, what do you think?
Yeah, there's still opportunity there. You've got big players in now, Starbucks and White Wave, and as you think about nut milks, I think that, and you think about disruption in this category, almond milk won't be the next disruptive product in the plant-based milk category. It was, 7 years ago, followed by coconut. There'll be something else that's next. It might be cashew. Who knows what it's going to be? That said, I think it's the execution on the branding is pretty well done. I like the size. I think there's some hope there, and I want to echo what Mark was saying about the mocktail here. If you're going non-alcoholic, then your competitive set is everything else. So go upscale on that. The first two ingredients on this are water and sugar. Those aren't the first two ingredients I'm looking for if everything else is my competitive set. So think about the ingredients on that one.
As far as whey cocoa goes, we saw two pretty an interesting formulation right there with whey protein and coconut water. Can that attract a pretty broad demographic of consumers, John?
Well, first of all, I mean, this is his second time participating, first as a powder, and I think it's come a long way since then. I don't know. I always have a tough time figuring out like the protein category and what's gonna, cut through like muscle milk and all that stuff. It certainly seems like an alternative, but kind of like what we were talking about with some of the other brands. I'm not sure how big that opportunity is right now. So, but it, certainly looks and tastes a lot nicer than it did last time. So.
Okay, we have a few more seconds. Packaging. What really stood out for you guys in this group?
I really like the Mollies. I mean, I think they have a platform that they can work from, and I think that is an incredible space that Starbucks has 93 or something % of that area. So I think the packaging I liked it quite a bit.
John?
Yeah, I think I'd echo what Chuck said.
Okay, and Mark?
Same as far as the three goes. I still think it.
Do we have a sweep for Molly's?
For packaging.
For packaging. Dwayne?
Yeah, I'd go with Molly's too, and I like the story, the sort of food truck start story. I think it's congruent with the packaging. Of the three, I think that's the best executed.
And I would consider, you have a lot of words on here, I would consider telling more of your story of the, starting out as a milk truck. I mean, I think I'd tell a personal story. I think that would go in building deeper roots with your consumers.
Okay, thank you so much.